Can y'all hear me now? Testing, one, two, testing. Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. I have my headphones in. Apparently, there's some issue with my headphones, so I guess I'll have to take the leave the headphones out. What's up, Ti Jones? I'm sorry, Ti Joe. Jen Ruby, where have you been? Long time. How you been, Jen? What you been up to? You had a typical day. Ti Joe says he had a typical day as he left the house, color coded harassment, and general gang stalking. Hey, Awaken. Oh, it's all good, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. I hope everything's been well with you. You really don't know how much that means to me. I truly don't have people that really just have looked out for me the way that you have. So thank you. No worries. It's good to hear from you. Battle Angel. Hey, I like that name. That's awesome. The Discernment is Strong is also a good name too, but this rendition, I totally I like that. Battle Angel. I like to view myself as a battle angel too, a soldier of the Most High, so that's very appropriate. How you doing? Hey, Arachno. Good to see you. Same old, man. Just another day in the fight. Another day in the battle against evil. Ti Joe says, having said that, I was followed and smiled at by police. That was black with police written on it. Yeah, it's common. Law enforcement, most if not all of them, are complicit. I'd like to think there's still some good cops out there that are undercover. They don't really want to give it away that they're against what's going on, so they kind of play along with it so as to try to protect certain people. That's the impression that I get at times, because it's just weird how sometimes I have interactions with cops that low key, try to help me in a roundabout way. And then you have other cops that, they're just blatantly just robotic, New World Order serpent cops. You know what I mean? So it's kind of confusing at times, but that's why it's important to have a strong connection to the Most High so that you can be able to discern as best as you possibly can. Because it also says in Scripture, even the very elect can also be deceived. So you've got to be careful. Battle Angel says, this is my old name. Oh, for real? I discernment is strong. Battle Angel says, but thanks. You're very welcome. Battle. Yeah, that's an appropriate phrase for sure. Arachno Nixon says, so thanks for that. Excuse my spitting. That's usual. That's pretty common with me. I don't swallow whatever I breathe in this air, and if it accumulates in my throat, like obviously it's not something that needs to be going into my body. So I apologize in advance. I know a lot of you guys that have been avid viewers, you know that's something that I do from time to time, and I know it's kind of disgusting, but it's really necessary. I was reading something one time where this guy, it was like a blog. This was back when I started learning about gang stalking, and he went into great detail and depth with what he was talking about, as far as like certain things that you could do to try to minimize the amount of nanobots that you get in your system, in your body, and stuff like that. And he said one of the things that you can do is you spit. So there's something that is not right with this air. I've just noticed it for the longest time, and when I get that accumulation in my throat, and I don't have any diseases, I'm not sick or anything like that, but it's like there's something about this air, and at times there's like this accumulation that I get, and I'm like, okay, I'm not taking that into my body, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that out. Whereas you may have some people that don't mind swallowing mucus or whatever, but maybe, and it's a known fact that mucus causes a lot of diseases. Is a contributing factor to a lot of diseases that are in the world today. So it's important to not take that stuff into your body. Spit it out, and that's essentially what I do. So forgive me. Let's go to the chat. I'm trying to wait till there's more people in here. There's some stuff I want to talk to everybody about. Something really, really crazy happened to me today, and I just want it to be known, and I need to tell and let people know. I really do. The evil. When the Bible talks about these people being murderers, that is not a joke. It is not a joke. Um, they will attempt to try to assassinate you. They will definitely attempt to try to assassinate you. And it's important to always have a really strong connection with the Most High, because He will protect you, regardless of what kind of fear they're trying to instill in you, whatever kind of message they're trying to send to you. If there's something that you're doing that they don't find, that they're not in favor of, they have roundabout ways of communicating to you to try to get you to change a certain behavior. And it's just not in my genes. It's not in my genetic makeup. It's not in my spirit to bow down to these people in any capacity. I don't care about what they think about my behavior. The only thing that I care about is what the Most High thinks of me. He knows my thoughts, and He's known me before I was even conceived in the womb. So that's all I care about. As long as I'm still in favor with the Father and He still continues to protect me, that's all that matters. And every day, these people continuously plot against me to try to take me out. And it's funny to me, because just like it says in the title, what doesn't kill you is only going to make you stronger. If these people end up killing me, they're just doing me a favor, because I know where I'm going when this flesh is done. When I'm done with this body that has been borrowed, I know where I'm going. I know where my soul is going. And it says in Scripture, there are no cowards that are going to be allowed into the kingdom of heaven. And the Father in heaven knows that I continuously stand as bold as a lion, and I have no fear of these people in any capacity. I rebuke them any chance that I get, whether it's through words or actions. I don't care. My Father is going to destroy you eternally, over and over and over again. I believe that's what hell is. Hell is repetition. These people are going to suffer continually for the evil and the wickedness that they have done to God's, not only to God's children, but just on the earth, period. I mean, I see these things every day, and it's like, I don't even know how to articulate it. I don't even know how to explain it well enough to be able to help people fully understand the grasp of evil, because I think there are people that truly don't understand how evil these people are. These people will use children, innocent children, to partake in their psychological operations against us. And it's just beyond me how I can't even put the words together. I'm at a loss for words right now. Let me go back to reading the chat. Oh, man. So I'm just gonna wait till it's a little bit more people in here before I actually talk about what happened today. I really need to hear. And I know there are quite a few of you in here that are perps that are playing both sides. I'm highly aware of that. I'm not stupid by no means. I can play dumb really well. I can play dumb really well. And I know that some of you play both sides. But nonetheless, that's not going to stop me from delivering my message. It's not going to stop me from saying what I have to say. All right, let me read some of the chat here. It was starting to get a little chilly. We had a lot of rain here today in Galveston. Let's see. Jen Ruby says, been getting tried and tested, but thanks be to the Most High. Joyful you are loved and having victory in Christ always. Yeah, continue to fight, continue to stand strong in faith. That's all I have. I don't trust in no man. I don't trust anything in this world. All I do is keep my eyes on the Most High, that higher power that continues to keep me going. That's all we have ultimately. The Most High wasn't lying when he said, trust no man but the Father. That is so true. T.I. Joe says, black police car, not your usual kind of police car. I have footage of an ambulance driver admitting the police asked them to park in a place for no reason to harass me. I swear, I deleted the video. ATM. Sybil Oracle says, been getting scam likely phone calls. Hebrew Israelite. Hey, what's up, Connor? I always make sure to remember that you changed your name, so I know that's you. How you been, man? How you been holding up? How are things going at your dad's house? Strong-minded individual. What's up, Ochu? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hebrew Israelite says, how do you not fear? I struggle leaving the house because of my gang stalking. Bro, you just have to, you got to stand bold, you have to understand, no matter what you do, whether you like to be cooped up in the house, and I used to be that way myself personally. Before I even knew anything about the term gang stalking or that there is actually a community of people going through what I was going through during that time period, I made it a point to stay cooped up in my apartment. The only time I would leave my apartment, and this is how bad it was, because it seemed like everybody I would come across, it was like always some sort of confrontation. Like that, and I didn't want a confrontation, but it was like always just some measure of disrespect, like blatant disrespect, and just really trying to get a rise out of me type situations. And it would happen within the apartment complex. It would happen with me just simply going to a store, a library, or just going to visit some family or even other friends. It was always something that was going on. And I could never pinpoint exactly what it was. And I started to look at myself. I was like, well, maybe there's something about me that's just not right. And people that get to know me come to know that I'm very kind, compassionate, loving, caring, empathetic type of person. So I wasn't understanding what it was that was going on, that I had to come to realize that it wasn't me. It was the devil and Satan that was after me and trying to trap me. So I've been there, man. I know how it is. You just have to find it within yourself. You have to dig deep down within your soul and find that warrior and bring that warrior out. You know what I mean? You have to do it. Connect with the Most High. And just do, just dig within yourself. It's indescribable, the energy and power that you can get to use to fight these people spiritually. I can't even really describe it. It's something that you have to find on your own. I can't really put it into words, but yeah, man, the Most High made it to where I have to live homeless because I have no choice but to confront these people because I'm living out of my vehicle, and um I have to engage them at some point, you know what I mean? As opposed to just being in a comfort zone all the time. The Most High took that away from me because he needed me to stand. And even living out my vehicle, I still run as much as I can because I don't want to sin. I don't want to hurt anybody. I promise you, I don't. I'm not about that life. I'm not a thug. That is not me. I promise you, it's not. And these people, they just continuously try to do things to give the impression to others that you are that type of person, and that's far from the truth. You know, the Most High sees that I continuously do things to strive to do good and to stray away from evil, and these people continuously pursue after me, and I'm not doing anything physically to them. The only thing that I do is I record them and I stand up for myself. I don't use violence against them. I'll have words with them, sure, but I don't put hands on them. And they're constantly plotting and conspiring ways to end my life. I see there are 14 people in the room. So basically, what happened today was, well, let me go ahead and read some more of these, some more of the chat before I get into what happened. So I hope that helps you in some kind of way, Connor. You just got to be strong, man. Don't let these people. I hated the fact that it got to the point to where they, they got you in the mental facility and stuff like that. They'll never get me there. That's why they're going as hard on me as they can because they know they cannot break me mentally. It's not possible. Not by no means. I am too smart. I'm too spiritually aware. I'm too awake for them to be able to manipulate me. And they can't stand it. The Father in heaven has truly looked out for me. If you guys even knew, there's a lot of stuff I haven't even talked about. Some of the things that the Father has delivered me from, you know, he just, the moves that he makes, the things that he might have me do that I might not even understand why I made a split second decision to do something different. All the while it was the Most High's plan. So it's important for you to listen to that, to his word, to listen to when he's trying to instill that spirit upon you. These people will never break me. They're going to end up having to kill me. That they're in the process of trying to do that now. Let me see. Sybil Oracle says, yes, a little girl gave me the middle finger before. I've been tossing up middle fingers myself. So, like I said, I don't resort to violence. Sometimes you do get a little frustrated. It's not a good thing to gesture with your hands because it does talk about that in scripture. But hey, I'd rather that than to do something physical and to do something to harm a person physically. But it is what it is. Strong-minded individual says that Hebrew, strengthen your mind, desensitize yourself, and work on your relationship with Christ. Yep, that's very good information there, Connor. Absolutely. Arachno says maybe not all, but a lot of the kids they use, I think, are reptilian like their parents. Absolutely, man. I have witnessed this firsthand on several occasions. The parents of these children are able to control the little kids through telepathy. As the Father in heaven is my witness, I have witnessed this on several occasions. And sometimes you see things that may seem unbelievable, but there's a reason why the Father gives you discernment and the eyes to see. Because he wants you to see these things. He wants you to know that these things are true. I'll give an example. I was at the Randall's grocery store not too long ago. I want to say it was actually last week. I went there to go get some stuff for like lunch or whatever because I had got my boss some food and then I was like, okay, I'm hungry. Let me get me something. So I went to Randall's. I get the stuff that I needed to get for my lunch and then I go to the self-checkout. And when I'm in the self-checkout, there's this lady who pulls her basket past me or whatever. And she has a little girl in the basket. Now, this little girl had the prettiest eyes I had ever seen in my life. They were almost like not even human. Like they were something like out of this world. But it was like the little girl wasn't what she did not appear what she looked like. You know, she looked like a little girl, but I could tell you that that was not a little girl. And you tell how the intelligence that she has and just the way that she was like kind of like looking at me or whatever. Do you know that as soon as I finish ringing up my items and making the payment and I'm about to roll off with the basket, all of a sudden, because it was kind of like a tight space for me to get through, but I was to get through, it was almost as if her mother had communicated to the child in a nonverbal manner to kick me, to start kicking her legs. So it was like as soon as I walked by, the little girl started like kicking her legs or whatever. So just kind of like stuff like that I noticed. And these reptilians, these entities, they can read your thought. They know how you're feeling, and it can affect them as well. I never forget. I went to a Walmart one time and I got down this aisle. I forgot what aisle it was, but there was like a mother, and it was a mother daughter scenario. And I was at like maybe midway, approaching them, about to pass them up, and I knew that they were reptilians. So I said in my mind, look at these filthy, disgusting reptilians. Do you know both the mom and the daughter, who I would say was about maybe 7 or 8 years old? They looked up at me and they frowned, and it sent chills down my spine because I was like, man, they totally heard what I said in my mind, because you could see the reaction was appropriate for what I was thinking. Like that, what they had in their face was definitely appropriate for what I was thinking in my mind about them. And it's like they know that I can see them, and they know that I can understand them when they're trying to communicate with me. Like they'll communicate with me in front of people and nobody else will know what the hell they're talking about, but I know exactly what they're trying to say to me, if that makes sense. All right, let me read some more of the chat. Let's see. Strong-minded individual says God didn't create a spirit of fear, so why fear? That's exactly that's my mentality. Like these people are geared towards destroying us anyway, so why not fight? And I'm not talking about taking up arms and killing people. I'm talking about standing up for yourself. Let it get to the point to where they're trying to kill you, because you know what? That's the same thing that they did to Christ. He went around preaching the word of the Most High to show people the way, the light, and they ended up killing him. So we should all be trying to do the same thing. If these people are not trying to kill you, maybe there's something that you're not doing right. Now, these people, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what happened. These people have been giving me subliminals for the past couple weeks, referencing like car accidents or confrontations, just different things to kind of juggle in my brain. Do you know? Okay, my boss sent me this morning to go pick up a part in Houston. Like I totally wasn't even expecting that. Okay. And he sent me to Houston to go pick up a part. Now, my boss does not mind sending me out in stormy weather to go pick up parts. And I don't mind it either, because I'm crazy like that. I love an adventure anyways. So and it's also nice to get out the shop sometimes and just kind of drive. Like I like driving, despite the vehicular stalking, stuff like that. I just like just getting out, rolling the windows down, letting the air, blow through my head. I don't have hair in my head, but I just like having breeze get on me or whatever. But anyway, so I go to Houston to get the part or whatever. There's vehicular stalking. They're doing this whole thing to where they're trying to box me in or control my speed or whatever. So I'm kind of maneuvering here and there, speeding up at times, whatever. And on my way back to Galveston, after I had retrieved the part and everything, I had just got over the causeway, and I foresaw this individual. It was like I sensed it, and I was just driving into the island off of the causeway. Individual drove out deliberately in front of my boss's truck, that which is what I was driving. it was so obvious and deliberate. Like you can see almost from a distance these idiots trying to set up these accidents. Like you will literally see people, these perps, sitting in the road waiting for your arrival, waiting for you to queue up with them so that they can go ahead and uh go ahead and try to cause an accident. So this idiot, he pulls out in front of me. Okay. Now, this is how I know it was deliberate. Anybody that would have done that and it was truly an accident, they would have tried to compensate for it by staying in the farthest lane that's to the left. Because obviously, if he pulled out in front of me from the left, what is the driver going to do? You're going to veer towards the right to avoid collision. This fool, this worker of iniquity, this scum of the earth, he drove across all lanes. So obviously what I had to do was I had to swerve along with him to keep from hitting him. And the trajectory of his vehicular movement was guiding me towards a light pole. Now, mind you, it had been raining. The grounds were still wet. It wasn't raining at the time, but it was, the grounds were still saturated with rain. It was by the grace of the Most High Heavenly Father that I was able to maneuver from hitting his vehicle and maneuver from being wrapped around a light pole. Deliberately. It was so deliberate. And the thing with their technology, they have the ability to stop your cameras. They have the ability to drain the charge out of your fully charged battery. They have the ability to drain that so that you don't get no evidence. They've been jacking with my electronic equipment lately because I am so cold-blooded with my recording. I'm dangerous with my recording because I can expose so much, and I can narrate it in such a way to where it would make sense to somebody who's not even going through the gang stalking. And they know that about me. So now they've upped their game and their tactics. They're now attacking my electronic equipment. They're draining the battery out my equipment. I just bought, like 2 or 3 months ago, a body cam, the same grade body cam that law enforcement uses. And they've already been able to manipulate my body cam. These people are totally and utterly wicked and evil. If you're able to accurately expose what they're doing, that is a major threat. So they will start to attack your electronics. So that's what I've been having to deal with, these subliminal messages that they try to give to me, whether it's through other people that I'm around or through something on the radio or something that I might see on YouTube that's in my recommendeds that I've never even watched before. So why is this even in my recommendeds? Just stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And do you know that when that happened, I wasn't even shook. Anybody else would be shaking, would be just so anxious and just so in fear. I had no fear. So hence the title of this live stream, What Doesn't Kill You Will Only Make You Stronger. It is totally the truth. When you first go through gang stalking and you experience it for the first time, most of us, if not all of us, we go through shock. We go through post-traumatic stress disorder. We're shaky. We're anxious. We don't know what the hell's going on. So that is a natural reaction that your body will give off because you're going through something that your body and your mind is not used to. It's an extreme psychological warfare. Okay? And man, I'm here to tell you guys that there is a God, there is a Father in heaven. If there are any of you that ever have any doubt or feel like there is no God, I am here to tell you with all my heart and soul, there is a Father in heaven who looks out for his children. These people tried to murder me today. They straight up tried to murder me today. And it was the heavenly angels that took control of that vehicle and was able to get me to maneuver in the way that I did to keep from any collision. And I pulled out in front of him. After that happened, he tried to drive off and I caught up with him and I cut him off in traffic. And I got out my car and I got in his face. And I told him I knew exactly what you were trying to do to me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Then the dude tried to play it off like he didn't understand no English. This idiot knew exactly what he was doing. Like, it was so deliberate. And I had been recording my whole journey to Houston and coming back from Houston. Like, I would just, whenever my camera would get full, I would stop it, delete the footage. If I didn't have anything that was significant on it, I would go ahead and delete it and start it over again, start the recording again. They timed that thing so perfectly to where I was not able to get the footage of what had occurred. Okay. That's how in sync they are with our electronics. That's how in sync they are with everything that has anything to do with us, even the people around us. And do you know, when I got back to work, and this is the thing that gets me. At times I'm assured by certain people that they're not gang stalkers. Sometimes I'll go to people and I ask them, are you involved in, organized stalking and harassment against certain individuals? Like, I'll just come, just be straightforward with them. Like, I think you're gang stalking me. And I explain to them exactly what it is. And I look them in their eyes and I try to discern whether or not they're telling me the truth or not. And I've had people at work, that I've asked that, like, but it's like, when I told them about what happened to me, they didn't even seem the least bit concerned. You would think that, oh my God, really? Are you okay? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even really get that. Instead, I got like these little kind of like almost like little smirks, or what they call the duper's delight grin. And that really is completely bothersome. Like, I totally could have lost my life today. And you don't even see some didn't even seem the least bit concerned, and then others totally wanted to change the subject and talk about something having to do with them. So it's just stuff like that that just makes you wonder, like, what kind of fucked up world are we living in, to where people just don't give a shit no more, man. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know? They see the trends of the things that I'm trying to show them, and I'm gonna get to reading the chat in just a second. I just want to finish saying everything that's on my mind right now. But it's just, it's sad. It is so sad. Like, why am I here? Why am I on this planet? I will never, ever, ever kill myself, because that's the whole narrative of this gang stalking thing, is they want you to take yourself out. All they're doing is trying to set the stage for it. They're trying to create the atmosphere to where you're just so stressed out, to where you're so uncomfortable, to where you're just done with it. You don't want no more. Man, I am truly a soul. I must be an angel of the Most High, because every day I fight these bitches every day, and I'm not talking about physically. I stand up for myself. Whenever they try to do their little shenanigans, I put my camera in their fucking faces with no fear. Have no part in the workers of iniquity or the doings of evil, but expose them. Does it not say that in the scripture? And that's exactly what I do. And they can't stand it. They don't like the exposure. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he does not exist. They don't want people to know that this devil is real, that these demons are real, that these workers of iniquity are real. And the fact that we're able to see them, when the devil knows that you can see him and his workers, that was never supposed to happen. So you're going to get spotlighted. You're going to get the magnifying glass on you. You're going to get the scope on you. They're going to watch every single thing you do, say, the people around you even. I mean, it's all been infiltrated and compromised. All I know to do at this point is just continue to fight. I'm not a bitch. There's no bitch in me, and I fear no man or beast. These reptilians aren't human. They're beasts. I don't fear no beast either. I'm pretty sure they left out in the scripture. So be sober and vigilant. I've always said in the past that the end of the year, when they have all these pagan holidays, it's Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that crap, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and all that shit. They will try to pull off some crazy stuff to really get you to act out. So I just the message I want to give to you guys in conjunction with this testimony is to really watch your 6, watch your 12 o'clock, watch your 9 o'clock, your whole surroundings, watch it. Because the your adversary, the devil, roams about like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. That is so true. There's a lot of truth in that Bible. Trust me, these people are murderers. It don't matter if they doing it in slow motion or they're doing it over time. That's what they are. That's what their intent is. It's for us to not exist anymore. And you have to stand. There has to be more people out there like me. Stop caring about your materialistic stuff. Stop caring about trying to save the life that you have. Start standing for the truth. Start standing for righteousness. These people are evil. No matter what they try to say or make you look like in the public eye, the Most High sees everything, and he will be on your side, just like he is on my side. I live my life strictly on faith every day. I don't think about, oh, what am I going to have to eat tomorrow or next week? Oh, my money's looking low. How am I going to get more money? Man, the Most High has shown me all kind of ways how he's been there for me, how he's provided for me. When you stop caring about money, when you stop caring about, oh, how am I going to pay this happening for you? I promise you, on my soul and spirit, I promise you, stop caring about those things and start living like the soldier he puts you here to be. It's very important to do that. Have no fear. And even if it costs me my life, there is no death for me. There's no death for God's true children. And these idiots know that about me. So that's why they go as hard as they do. I had 3 police encounters over the weekend. 3. You know, two different departments in 2 different cities. City of Friendswood and then the city of Pearland. No matter how much proof and evidences and trends and frequencies and of these stops that I'm receiving, people still don't believe, oh, it must be something you're doing. I'm not doing anything but trying to live my life in peace, trying to look for peace, trying to go to places to where I can be secluded. I'm not going places to try to get attention and to be well known or anything like that. I'm not going to clubs. I'm not going to bars. I'm not going to concerts. I'm not going to sporting events. I seek seclusion because I'm an introvert. I don't like being around too many people. It's only a certain types of people that I like to be around. And just because I don't want to be around you at times does not necessarily mean that I don't like you. My personality type, I gain my energy from seclusion. I gain my energy from being by myself and being to myself and being in nature. And it's like I always get people that are around me that want to talk and talk my head off. And it's like I feel my energy being drained. It's like I'm a battery for them. And then it's like at some point, it's like, damn, okay, let me have some alone time. It happens here at work. It happens here at work. I'm a battery here. There's nobody else here that's a battery. I'm the only battery here. As the Father in heaven is my witness, that is true. That Matrix movie told a lot of truth. God's true children are the ones that have the replenishable energy. So you might be drained, but as soon as you get your alone time, as soon as you get off in nature and just be to yourself, you're recharged. And you have other individuals that don't have that kind of energy, so they need to feed off of you. All right, I'll shut up now. Let me go ahead and look in the chat. I know it's a lot of comments here. Please forgive me. I had to get that off my chest. You guys need to really be careful because they are out there. They're really trying hard. Give me 1 second. I gotta tie my drawstring on my shorts. Walking around here looking like one of those thugs that be walking around with pants hanging off their butts. My father teach me to be that way. My father told me, he told me one day, if he ever saw me doing that, shit, he'd kill me, and I believed him too. So this is the reason why I speak the way that I do. It doesn't necessarily mean just because you enunciate and you speak properly that you want to be white or you're trying to be white. No, you know, who's going to take you seriously? Do you think that I've gotten out of a lot of these court cases by speaking Ebonics? You know, do you think if I was one of those guys that spoke Ebonics and spoke all that slang that it would be easy for me to get out these court cases? Hell no. They don't want to put me up against the jury when they hear this articulation and intelligence. The state does not want to take an L against the TI in no courtroom. I promise you, especially a TI that is smart. I'm not Einstein or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, when I have my moments to where I'm up against this evil that is clearly against me, it's like the Holy Spirit is just magnified within me, and the words that come out my mouth can be hypnotic. It can be powerful, and they don't want to go up against something like that. No matter how much poisons they put in my food or put in the air around me, my mind is still solid. As long as your mind is still solid, even if your physical attributes might be fading away because of the EMF that they're trying to, the flesh is nothing to the Most High. It's all about the spirit and the soul. It's all about your mental. So no matter what the condition is of your flesh, you can still have the will to have that sound mind. And they know this about me. So that's why they go as hard as they do on me. That's why I continuously get all these police encounters, because they want to instill fear on me. Constantly showing videos in my recommendeds of being scared straight. I ain't never looked up no videos about scared straight. You know that those shows they showed back in the days or whatever. I think they still show them now too. Some newer versions where they will let the kid go to prison to experience what it's like to be locked in prison, to be amongst other hardened criminals. So they put a lot of that stuff in my recommended so as to convey a message to me. I've been locked up. I've been in jail. I haven't been to prison, but I've been locked up. I've been tortured in prison. I'm sorry, I've been tortured in jail. So I've that it's not a new thing for me. But anyways, let me go back to the chat. Sorry, went off on another tangent again. Supposed to be reading this stuff. Let's see what we got here. Yes, I am a bald-headed man. Let me see. Arachno says, I mean, people don't think like that, using their children as pawns. Maybe I'm wrong. Awaken says, Hebrew Israelite, you must remember, it's $1 billion psyop meant to cause fear, shut you down, push you to suicide. When you have the ultimate faith in God, there's no more fear. That is absolutely right, Connor. Listen to what Awaken says. Listen to what strong-minded individual has said. Listen to what I've said. Listen to what other people are saying. You have to have a strong connection to the Father in heaven and go within yourself and find that willpower. You got to stand against these devils. They can sense your fear, man. You got to clear that out completely. And the Most High will give you that energy, that lion energy, to stand bold against these idiots. They are so beneath us that you have no idea, dude. Don't let them sit up there and laugh at you and get you in a situation like that. Don't ever give them that, bro. Hebrew Israelite. Connor says, all right, bro. And he says, thanks, Awakening. You're a good guy, You have light in you, I can tell. You just got to work on the fear aspect of it. You can do it, man. I know you can. Sybil Oracle says, me and my boyfriend was having a brawl outside, and this white man across the street was watching the whole thing. I told him to call the police, and he just stared like he wasn't even there. Yeah, you got a lot of these people that are just, they're zombified, man. These EMF waves and the stuff that they're doing with frequencies, you can tell when they're emitting some sort of crazy frequency just by the formation of the clouds. When you start seeing the clouds fold up in rows, that's how you know like they're emitting some type of frequency on people and causing people to act in the manner that they're not used to acting in. So just be aware of it. And all you can do is when you're in a situation like that, everyone around you is being manipulated, just be conscious and aware of your own actions, of the things that you do. You understand what I'm saying? Because ultimately kind of lies on that to a major degree. Your reactions and how you respond to what is happening around you. You can choose to blow up and go on a killing spree, or you can choose to be cool and calm and just that's the whole thing of having discernment and being a neo, so to speak. And this false reality is having that discernment. It's a gift because when you have the gift of sight, you foresee things, you know how to maneuver around certain things so that you don't get caught up, so you don't get trapped. So you, with great power comes great responsibility. You have to be able to just make adjustments to yourself as well in order to make it through, in order to survive. I mean, look at me. I've survived as long as I have because I use my discernment, I use my better judgment, to maneuver through this matrix. And it has served me well. The Most High obviously is on my side. I'm not locked up somewhere. I'm not dead. I'm not injured. I'm here to be able to speak to you guys clearly. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at something in the sky. Let me go back to the chat. Sybil says the energy they create to have chaos to kill each other so we can die or go to jail. Absolutely, yeah. You have to be mindful of that. That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier. Be mindful of that energy that they're emitting to manipulate. Once you're mindful of that, then you know that it's not them. You know that it's something manipulating them to be that way. So I don't think it's all about completely just people getting paid to do this. You know what I mean? I think there are some people that are just more susceptible to the controls of this technology that they're using to manipulate the minds of people. You have some people that are weak-minded, then you have others that are strong-minded. So we're in a privileged position to learn so much. We're in a highly privileged position because we can see. So we have a responsibility to take that knowledge and to do good with it, and to try to help as many people as we can. As hard as it may seem, as hard as, when it seems like people around you are just always being manipulated, it's kind of hard sometimes. Sometimes you just want to give up on people, but, just don't ever give up on people, because you're going to need people at some point. You know what I mean? It's okay to be secluded times and introverted, but at some point you're going to need the help of other people. So you've got to learn to open up yourself and be able to trust people to a degree. But Hebrew Israelite says, strong individual, thank you as well. Strong-minded individual says, Hebrew, no problem. I know how you feel because I was in the same situation, scared of the world. That's what they want us to feel. Not anymore. This program has made me a stronger person. I totally resonate with that comment. Absolutely. It's made me a stronger person as well, for sure. Absolutely. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. So just know that. Give me a second here. Put this down. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Arachno says that's another thing. They're scared of the fact that they can't psychologically break certain people. Absolutely. These people are always conducting things that They'll talk about my mother. They'll make references to a child that I cared about that I know what had gotten molested. They'll constantly bring things like that up to try to like get me to break down or to get angry and upset. And it's like they know exactly what to do to try to push their buttons, but you have to wake yourself up. Even though you're awake, sometimes you have to wake yourself up even more and break out of that spell they're trying to put you in, because it's a spell of self-destruction is what they're doing. All these rituals they do around us and the subliminals they try to plant in our minds, it's a spell of self-destruction. So you have to be highly conscious of what they're trying to do and don't fall into the trap that they're trying to set before you. And talk to the Most High and have Him flip those traps on their heads so they can fall victim to their own traps. It's very important to do that. Be aware at all times, because the devil is his time is short. He's working overtime to get as many as he can. All right, let's see. Luann Marie says hi. Hey, Luann, how are you? Good to see you on here. Arachno Nixon says it threatens their control. Yeah, when you have these TIs that are standing out and standing against them, especially TIs that are, I know I say this a lot, but I'm living out my car and I fight these people like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like this poor man living out of his vehicle, standing up against these elites, these people that are trying to control upon the masses. Like, I'm a nobody and I'm standing up to these people. You get what I'm saying? So when they don't want that to rub off on other people, like, man, this, I know that I have gang stalkers that admire me. I know that for a fact. They may not say it, but I can tell you by the way some of them look at me and some of them will nod at me and stuff. They know that I'm a king. They know that I'm a soldier. But you won't hear them say it though, because they get watched too. Their handlers watch just like we get watched. You best believe these people that are these workers of iniquity that are doing what they're doing to us, they get watched and monitored too. So they can only go so far with their admiration. All right, let's see. The Homeless James. This is a new name. I haven't seen you before. Yeah, they place people. I'm just learning they're using body doubles and possibly using our identity as bait. Gotta shut off telepathy around them. Yeah, with my vehicle infiltrations, for example, uh, I wear a baseball cap and sunglasses all the time. Okay, so it ain't nothing for them to get somebody who's 6'1", you know, kind of like brown caramel skin complected, with a beard on his face, to go in your stuff, and then from a distance it'll look just like you. It ain't nothing for them to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they're able to pull off a lot of the things that they pull off, because they try to get people that look like you. That's why they watch you to find out what you like to wear. The wicked watches the righteous and seeks to slay him. That's the whole point of them watching. They have to learn you. They have to know what it is that you like to do, what you like to eat, what you like to read, what kind of activities are you into. They got to know all that stuff. So that's why they send these gang stalkers out to watch us like that. Sorry. Arachno says, my perp landlord, I'm always painfully polite to him, despite all his daily BS. Lately, I have to talk to him the whole time. In my mind, I'm screaming, you and your family are reptilians. I swear. He can hear me and acts afraid. Yeah, they can hear you. The chick that bailed me out of jail was a reptilian. She knew that I was coming into my awakening, because she was one of the few people that I would go to talk about what I was going through. And she knew exactly what was going on with me. And she just would give me these surreptitious stares and these little grins. And they know what time it is. They know that God's true children are getting hip to their tactics, and they're going to be done away with. So they have to do these psychological operations to make it seem like we're crazy. I heard a lady on dispatch when I had an encounter with law enforcement with the Friendswood police. She was doing some directed conversation through the officer's radio. So instead of referencing uh, me as a he, she used she. So she was like, "Yeah, she's highly delusional, and she needs to be monitored or watched, or she was saying something to the officer." And I'm just sitting there looking like, I know this bitch is talking about me or whatever. And see, that's what the reptilian thinks of the awakened human. You know, they it's not that they think that, they know that we're awakening, but they have to portray to the others that they're trying to deceive. They have to portray to them like we are crazy. Look, this crazy human has up. We've got to do something about that. We can't let this spread. So that's why you have all these tactics like gang stalking and COINTELPRO going on. They did the same thing to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, Jesus, Yahushua HaMashiach, the only begotten. You know what I'm saying? These are the tactics. There's nothing new under the sun. They've been doing these things to people like us for a very long time. So it ain't nothing new. Arachno Nixon says, I do the same with people I live with. Remote neural monitoring. Arachno, no, that strong-minded individual said that. Arachno said, maintenance man, yes, them too. Yep. I couldn't stand whenever a maintenance man had to go in my place when I wasn't there to fix something. Because I knew it was something about them. Like, they just in there to spy. Like, I always felt like they were just spies to see what you got going on. Arachno says, strong. It's creepy to know they can read your thoughts, but empowering in a way to see terror at our knowledge of them. Yeah, they will scratch their heads, man. I've gotten so good at making them, at identifying them, at knowing what they're going to do before they do it. I will set my video camera up and narrate to the T what these idiots are about to do before actually stepping on the scene. And you can clearly see, if you truly have the eyes to see, you can see them hold off on their psychological operation. It's almost as if you can almost hear the handlers telling them, you got made. He knows what you're about to do. Hold off or stand down. Or they might have them do something a little different. It just depends. But we're very observant individuals. So that's another reason why if you're a TI, you're observant. You can see things that other people don't see. You can say something that's going to happen and other people look at you like you crazy until it happens. Then it's like, oh, they're not looking at you like you crazy no more. So that's how good I've gotten with it with these video cameras. It's like before I step into the store, it's like I foresee in my mind and I'm able to narrate what exactly is about to occur. Now, there's no greater evidence than that. If I actually go in there and they go ahead and act out what they're about to do, and I already foretold what was going to happen, can you imagine me showing that to a jury? Well, how did he know all that was about to happen? It's been said we're known to be psychic as well. We're known to be clairvoyant. My mother is highly clairvoyant. My mom is literally an angel, I swear. They hate my mother. They often call me son of a bitch all the time. Whenever they derogatories at me at times or whatever, or that when I'm having confrontations, they always have to say something about my mother. And as hurtful as it may be, I know that's a tactic they're using to try to get me to act out in violence, but I don't allow it to. Because I know at the end of the day, these people are going to be destroyed over and over and over again. Eternally. Eternal is going to be their suffering, whereas our suffering as targets is only temporary. So always keep that in mind. Sybil Oracle says the bald head men also. Arachno says, LOL Sybil. Sybil says, when they don't have a license plate, I'd be like, wow, y'all mofos just want me to know. Yeah, it's so obvious. They or some of them, they'll have like the paper plates, and then the paper plate don't even be, it's not even like it'll be halfway on the car. You know what I'm saying? Like they drive it and the paper plate is flapping. So in case they pull off something crazy, you can't even get they plate number because their plates are flapping. Have y'all seen that? That's crazy. And the cops are so quick to pull me over for a malfunctioned or a not working brake light, which is this third light right here. Both of these lights work, but this light wasn't working or whatever. They pulling me over for stupid shit like that, but they won't pull over those perps that got them paper tags that's flapping all in the air. You get what I'm saying? Battle Angel says, lucky, only TIs understand my vids. Absolutely. And Battle Angel, I encourage you to try to make longer videos. I know that you really don't like to spend too much time giving them attention or recording them, but just out of just some brotherly advice or whatever. Because you want, yeah, the TI community knows exactly what it is when we see your videos. Like within the first few seconds, we already know. But you want to also try to reach out to people that don't know. You want to try to make it easy for them to be able to connect the dots and see the trends of things so that they can be able to make sense of it and be able to readily identify that, hey, something is not right with this picture. Like there's something to this. So, but to each is his own. I love your videos either way, but that, as a brother, I'm just trying to make a suggestion, and I just hope you take it to heart. And I love how you stand up for yourself. I love how you have no fear with putting them on camera. So that's really good. Arachno Nixon says, oh yeah, they do the goofiest stuff to me in traffic all the time to run me into oncoming traffic. Yeah, sometimes they'll ride your ass because they need you to move a little bit faster because they got a psyop that's waiting for you. And if they don't get that psyop going, maybe somebody doesn't get paid. Who knows? That happens to me all the time. And then sometimes I get to the point, well, I like to use my brakes. Oh, I just saw an imaginary cat come across the road. Let me get on my brakes real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you got to do to protect yourself at the end of the day, because these people, they mean us harm. And they'd rather for us to self-destruct, because there's nothing to really investigate. If you do something to harm yourself, there's something called plausible deniability as well. They have different people that are doing this to us, and so it's just a lot easier for them to get away with the shit. But just be mindful of their tactics so you know how to move around. Let's see. Strong-minded individual says exactly to my advantage, and it pisses them off. LOL at Arachno. The homeless James. I cut off electronics a long time ago. It does help to cut off your cell phone. Let's say you're having a day to where you really just don't feel like dealing with this bullshit. You have no choice. But sometimes there are ways you can kind of minimize the stalking. What I've discovered, and I discovered this years ago, is that if you cut off all the electronics in your car, like in my vehicle, I have a radio head. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me put this little light on. I have a radio face. I guess that's what you call it. Well, the light's not working right now, but it's this thing here. So it's good for you to remove this from your, let me see if I can get light. Yeah, your radio face or whatever, your stereo face. Take that off. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, lights you have in your car that you can actually cut off, the more the better, because I think with the newer perps, sometimes they'll allow them to use that means to track you. And if you really pay attention, sometimes a lot of these people are like just getting into the stalking. So they're trying to learn, or they're being trained or whatever. So sometimes you can trick them that way. Also, keep a change of clothes in your car. Like, keep a shirt that's a totally different color shirt than what you're wearing that particular day. If you're used to wearing a hat and sunshades, take them off. Just little things you can do to try to like alleviate some of it. Because I know I have days where I'm like, man, I don't feel like dealing with this bullshit today. Like, I'm ready to knock somebody out or something. So if you have days like that, just do what you can to at least attempt to try to minimize it or whatever. Don't ever stick to the same routes whenever you go places. If you're used to going to work one way, try to switch up. Maybe take a weekend that you're off or whatever you're off from work, and just go out and try to map out other ways you can get to work. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of helps thwart whatever evil they may have planned for you whenever you get up and go to work. Because if you stick to the same routines, it's very easy for them to get you that way because they know what you're gonna do. So you got to be random, you got to be sporadic, and just do things to try to fool them. It's like you gotta live a life like 007 pretty much. I'm not gonna stay on here too much longer. It is a Monday. It's still early in the week. I need to settle down and relax and prepare myself for my work day tomorrow. So I just wanted to kind of get on here and tell y'all what happened to me earlier, and for you guys to continue to stand bold as a lion and just be very vigilant. I'm not gonna tell you to be safe. I'm not gonna tell you to be fearful of anything. That's you ain't gonna stay vigilant because when you're vigilant and you can foresee, it's easy for you to avoid a lot of the evil that they have planned for you. Let me read some more comments. The homeless James says the one time I had an apartment, I had a bunch of gang stalkers. Sybil says, yeah, my anxiety attacks used to be bad when I didn't know what was going on. Homeless James says, LOL, Satan broke my back. Satan's broke back army. Homeless James says, I called them that once. They were pissed all day. Oh yeah, it's you calling it as it is. It's the truth. A lot of these people, homosexuals or dykes, just a lot of these people are abominable before the sight of the Most High, and they know that they ain't shit deep down. They know. Battle Angel says these cowards can't stand him. Arachno says you two will probably flag me for this, but I'm just waiting for the day we can rise up and start killing them. Yeah, that day will come to where it's gonna be just physical destruction. Yeah, it's getting there. Trust me, it is definitely getting there. Ragnar says, like, my God, how long are we gonna let subjugate humanity and control the earth? What's the tipping point gonna be? Yeah, that's what I wonder sometimes too. But again, I can't do it by myself. I need more people that are like me to do something. Because that'd be like going on a suicide mission. But then again, you might have Most High might have people that are just protected that way that can maybe go out and do something like that. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't put it on my heart as of yet. But I'm still on the lookout for it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't care about this flesh. This is just this is nothing. I am not what you see on the outer shell. That is not what I am. And that is not what I will continue to be once this shell is gone. So it's whatever. The homeless James says day zero is happening slowly. They're trying to make it hidden genocide. Sybil says you have to look them in the eyes and send the spirit of death upon them. Homeless James says, got to be careful. You take one of their sides, take one. They know that they come back stronger when they die. I'll do a vid on it. Gotta go, guys. All right, see you later, Homeless James. Strong Minded says that this program is worldwide, not just America. Yeah, that's another thing. It's not just exclusive to this country. It's gang stalking going on all over the world. It's from Australia that got videos out. It's people in is it Ukraine? It's one chick. It's people in China, Japan. I mean, it's people all over. Arachno says, I wonder what the numbers really are. Like, are they half the Earth's population, 90%, 10%? I honestly can't even estimate, but even having a rough idea of their numbers would be vitally helpful. Yeah, I totally agree. They're parasites slowly killing their host. Lou Marie says, yeah, they like to drain the batteries. Yep. You got people that are like that. You get around somebody and you just feel drained all of a sudden. It's like that person is like an energy vampire. And it's like they don't even know when to shut the fuck up. It's just they keep going and going and going. And you're just sitting there just like for the sake of not being rude. You know what I'm saying? It's like you sit there, you kind of endure it. But on the inside, you're like, fuck, I need to get the hell away from this person. It's crazy. But we're so blessed because we have the ability to recharge and to continue on, you know, day by day. Battle Angel says that Arachno Nixon, I think they know what's coming. They are attacking us heavily and seem desperate. Yes, I totally agree with you, Battle Angel. They know exactly what is coming, and lately it has been crazy with me. My stalking and stuff that I'm been dealing with, you know. Scroll Master says, "What up, brother Ochu and Arachno Nixon? Hey, man, how you doing? I missed you on the last live feed I had. What you been up to? How's your little boy doing?" Arachno says, "Battle, I think you're right. I can feel it in the air. Something's coming, and they're trying to frantically snuff it out before." Arachno Nixon says, "Scroll Master, hey man, good to see you." Scroll says, "Oh, are we speaking prophecy?" Arachno Nixon says, "Haha, yes, I guess we are." And let's see. Yeah, they tried to kill me today, Scroll Master. I have to go back and watch. I'll probably leave this live stream posted up for maybe a day or two, so people can go back and watch it. But they tried to take me out today, bro. Like on real talk, they tried to take me out. They tried to assassinate my ass, and it was by the grace of the Most High that I was able to get out of that situation. Squirrel Master says, "You too, brother. Missed my fellowship here. Was excited to see a new vid yesterday. Then it was gone when I came to watch it." Yeah, some of them I take off. Like I don't know. I just don't. It just depends on how I feel about it. I guess. I mean, I could leave them up, but I just feel like there are other videos that I want people to get to, and I don't want to like flood my channel with all these live streams, and because sometimes I feel like I have other videos that are important that I want people to kind of, you know, that will kind of stick out to people. And if I flood my channel with all these live streams, then I don't know. I'm retarded. I'm weird. Sorry. Squirrelmaster says the end is not for sure. Got leaked info about Jade Helm. It was a practice drill to see if military could hide from AI. That AI going to destroy them. Is going to destroy their asses. And they keep playing around with this stuff. Is Terminator Judgment Day close? I keep getting that image. It's funny you mentioned that movie. I always get that image of Sarah Connor when I think she has like that dream or premonition, and she's at a playground, and then all of a sudden everything like just catches on fire. There's like something that hits the earth, and everything just starts burning. I often think about that too. Arachnonixus says, "Man, that Jade Hill stuff is free. I didn't know AI was wrapped up in it, but that makes sense." Luann Marie says, "Whoa, the sky looks creepy there." Yeah, it does. I was trying to get as much footage of it as I can on this live stream. I was wondering when somebody was gonna say something. Ragnar says the skies were purple here this morning. Looks very weird. Squirmaster says, "Yeah, totally makes sense with that aspect thrown into play. It was way too public with it." Squirmaster says, and that ties in with Agenda 2012, 2025. Yep. Or 2021, 2025, rather. Squirmaster says, Ochu in was watching Flat Earth Paradise last night. His new video goes on about NCP and the Matrix. Kind of made sense, but he is into all the spiritual awakening stuff. Yeah, exactly. At the end, Trump's second term, hoping in shower, still listening. Hopping in shower, still listening. I'm starting to get slurry with my speech here. I'm probably getting a tad bit worn. Battle Angel says, "God's let the demon do this to us to make us stronger." I truly believe that, Battle Angel. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's like, I might get frustrated and I might have times where I'll be like, man, Father in heaven, please take me. Please let all this stop. But every day, it's like, I swear, do any of you feel that? You have like this renewed energy about you? Like, no matter what you go through that day, if they mobbed you on the street hard or vehicularly stalked you or they mobbed you in the stores or, they was messing with you at work, it's like, you may end the day feeling like um de-energized, but then the next day when the sun comes up again, it's like you've been renewed. I don't know. That's how I feel with this stuff. So that's how I know that God is like really arming me with what I need to endure. Jack Alaskanov says it is true at Arachno Nixon. Squirrelmaster says the homeless James. You hear, bro? Nah, he left. Squirrel Master. He left. He had to do something. I forgot what he had to do, but he said he had to go. DK said copper and quartz help spiritual fights. I don't have any crystals And my whole mentality and thing with that is maybe that's something that does help, but for the most part, I don't rely on any trinkets. Like, I don't rely on crosses. I don't rely on anything material to help me get through with what I'm going through, because at any given moment, they could lock your ass up in jail or prison. And where are your crystals then? You could get locked for years. Where are your crystals then? Where's your copper and all that stuff? I use the spirit and just the power and willpower of my mind, the spirit of the Most High, first and foremost. But you have that inner strength that is within you, within your heart, within your soul, within your mind. And that is ultimately what you use to combat this stuff. All the stuff about crystals, yeah, I guess it could be a good thing, but that's just my personal point of view, because, you know, your crystals could get stolen or taken. You know what I'm saying? And what do you have then? You have to believe in you to get through this stuff. You have to believe in the Most High that is within you to get through this. You know, that's just me personally. My power comes from within, what the Most High has put in me. Battle Angel says, "Yeah, I'll work on my vids. Thanks." Let's see. Master says, "Homeless James was the one that helped me discover a lot. He is good peeps in my book." Oh, okay. Yeah, I just seen him for the first time on here, so I didn't really know too much about him. I'm just very weary of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's not good to be that way, because Satan is, he's known as to be an accuser, and it's not necessarily accusing, but it's just being weary of people in a way, and just being cautious. So, but I trust that if you say he's good people, Squirrel Master, I trust you. Uh, that he's good people in my book too. Arachno says, "Yeah, I watched a few of his vids a while back. Seems you click on their thumbnail to go to their video, and it's like they don't have nothing on there, or they'll have something that's a playlist that is relevant to your life in a negative way." Let's see. I'm kind of skipping through it. I'm kind of skimming. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end this. You guys have a wonderful evening. I got work in the morning. It's gotten a little later here. I don't even know what time it is. I'm pretty sure it's like maybe 8 something, close to 9 o'clock. But I need to try to relax and meditate a little bit and just focus on the good things that the Most High continues to do to me. He truly is an awesome Father. I swear. You guys, I am a living testimony. For those of you that are new, if any of you that are new that are just watching on the sidelines, go back and binge watch my videos and just see how I've grown spiritually and the strength that I've been able to accumulate through all the trials and tribulations of this persecution. And I just pray that it motivates you. I pray that it will draw you closer to the Father, because he truly does exist. There's no way that I'm doing this on my own. I swear to you, there's no way that I'm doing any of this crap on my own accord. There are higher power, angelic, spiritual forces that are working on my behalf and that protect me as I sleep at night. Even when I'm sleeping and unconscious, there are angels that are around me. I feel them, that watch over me and protect me. All those times that I lived out my vehicle, and I was sleeping outside gates, when I would sleep in alleyways, when I would sleep in the hoods and the ghettos, when I would sleep on the side of the street. I mean, so many different places where I was just out in the open and was subject to being robbed or being killed even. And the Most High always protected me. So just know that he will never leave you. He will always be with you. All right. All praises and glory be unto the Father in heaven. You guys have a wonderful evening. I love all of you. Be strong.